My phone still echo, the feds won't let go. Money never sleeps when you're the Black Gordon Gecko. Line looking like they waiting on the retro. Sixes, I feel special. Resale and I never pay retail. Money afforded me the spree wells. And that then...
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're running with Gurley. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. This is Breida. And a short gain down to about the 33. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
McKinnon And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll give it to him up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And Gold is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball. Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not much happening there on 1st down. I thought there might have been a hole for a split second. Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner? Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Brandon Copeland with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts. They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. 12. Let's go.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's McKinnon. They find some open field here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Gold now out. Marshall now, the return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Everyone's got 4 down.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
Tiger, Tiger. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
After the run, Goff going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They run with Breida. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The tackle there by John Johnson.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Gold now out to kick it away. Marshall now, the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, we got 3 down. Let's go.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. First down, escaping the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Flushed out right. Deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. In the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. Room to run past midfield. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon. 45 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run again, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. Marshall now, the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Gurley again here on 1st down. Down to the 25. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Rams on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
It's out. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Hey, 76! 76! 76!
He'll get it up the middle, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Third and goal, Gurley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They run it with McKinnon. Able to slither by. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
12. Go ahead. Banjo. Go ahead. 11.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
White.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for them.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gold now out to kick it away. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Goff. That is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10. Goff again. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. 3rd and 2. Goff. He can run for it, and he will. And the ball is knocked out. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Garoppolo looking to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Over the middle, complete. It's Howell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. But, Charles, it's great to win at home. It's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the 49ers, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.